Hello, diplomatic tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Deuteros, the Next Millennium, with me, BlueAnkylo. We're sending our diplomat back to Earth, and we're letting the Grabby continue to trade with Jupiter. We met the Methanoids. They are the outer planet mutants that want to trade with us right now. So this is all going splendidly. We did lots of trades last time, and we're going to continue to trade, don't worry. But while we're trading, we're going to do one thing a little different, just to save time, because every round trip is pretty long. So we're going to keep trading deuterium for helium, because that's the only resource we don't have. You could basically exchange resources for other resources, whatever you prefer. But we're going to bring a grabber with us, just in case. Because there's more things to grab. And although you might not know it yet, we can grab them. Well, we had one. I didn't think the game would repeat itself. But remember how once upon a time we landed on the Methanoids' home Jupiter planet, and they what did they say? They talked in gibberish and they said the word grapple. And basically, we're gonna always have a grapple on our ship because of that. Grapple. We're gonna keep that communications pod on, and we're just gonna keep trading deuterium. Not for any reason other than deuterium does nothing for us right now, and we don't have helium right now. So we're giving away a useless resource for a resource we cannot get, and that should be fine. And we'll have two ships doing this for fun. It doesn't really matter too much, I don't think. It might speed it up, because I believe what we're actually waiting for is a somewhat... It's either random or based on how many trades you've done with them. So we're just going to keep trading until something triggers. There's nothing we can research here that I could find. And we've got lots of bases. Like, we don't actually really need to expand right now. In fact, expanding might actually make things worse than we want. And the way I've set things up with production is fine. Nothing to worry about. Just keep you know, stacking up resources. Nothing to worry about. So, let the time fly by. We'll see what we can do. There isn't really anything we need to build either, so don't worry about it. I'm talking as if I know. I'm just saying the next step in our progression doesn't require building anything. So, we're going to continue to dock, trade, and then they kick us out every time. That's fine, they're very busy. No problem. You might want to check your grapple every so often. I'm not sure how the flag, I'm not sure how this is going to work exactly, but there's a reason we're not bringing double deuterium. I mean, we're sending two ships, so we're sending double deuterium anyway. We'll see which captain's the better diplomat. Okay, so far we're not getting much. Okay. That's fine. Maybe it's based on your crew rank. Who knows? Well, nothing else to do. You know, we could build more bases, and that would give us a little bit more that would give us more resources, but it costs so much to build a manufacturing base that I'm not sure it would balance out unless it's... I don't know. Honestly, the shuttles taking stuff off the planet seem to be our biggest bottleneck. 250 per shuttle trip is as good as it's going to get, I think. So switch back deuterium. And launch again. I'm going to try clicking some different things the next time we get over there this time. But so far, maybe we'll figure it out. So far, so bad, basically, to be honest. But yeah, in case you're wondering, future tubers or live tubers, I did have a little look at the at a walkthrough. I looked at game FAQs off the Google, just to try to make sure I know what I'm talking about a little bit better, so we're not wasting our time as much. Basically, I didn't look ahead. I just know that the next plot trigger is based on trade, specifically, and having a grapple on your ship. After the communicator. Maybe I should just click this original. Oh, right. If you don't click on the communicator, blah, 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 blah. They just kick you out. You can't just give them the deuterium. I mean, that's fine. And they only let you talk once per dock for some reason. Alright. Our pleasure, sir. We shall give you helium for your deuterium. Someone should be keeping count of how many of these I have to do. And if this doesn't lead anywhere, then I'm going to be real mad at game FAQs. I'm going to blame... We're going to find out who wrote that, that walkthrough, and we're going to kick their butt. I mean, maybe we should be going to different places than Jupiter. I mean, I can't imagine it. It could matter which one you go to, I guess. That would be kind of crazy randomness that you'd never know, but... At some point, we're going to have a different conversation during the trade, is basically what I understand. It could be that you need to trade a specific item, but that's not what the guide said. We'll figure it out, though, don't worry. Besides, we're getting lots of helium for later. And we're getting some time to build other stuff. Okay. And we're getting experience for our dudes, you know. All kinds of good stuff. Let's try... We'll try trading with Uranus. And somewhere else for the next one. At least we have some lovely music in the background. Alright, so we've tried, just in case it makes a difference, we've done lots of Jupiter. We're sending one to Uranus and one to Neptune. Takes a little bit longer to get out there, but not really that much longer. We see that you have some cargo. They're pretty reliable trade partners, at least. Now, I guess if this doesn't get us anywhere, I'll have to re-Google and try a different guide. Because I don't want to spend hours here doing the same thing over and over again. Because if this does take like 100 trades or something stupid, then this is going to be a pretty bad part of the game. Oh, what was this? I don't know what that means. Refueling! Oh! Is Mars out of fuel? Are we just out of fuel? Is that the problem here? Okay, it sounds like, remember back when I changed my shuttles to not transport hydrogen and methane up because I just wanted to transport only the fuel? That may not have worked. Yeah, we're out of hydrogen and methane up here. And then on the planet, we've got tons, but they just don't make the fuel fast enough. Okay. This will get fixed up soon enough. We've got a few places that can mine this stuff. I guess it's my own mistake. It's fine. I still don't want to transfer my big ships around the methane and hydrogen. The fuel makes more sense, but we need... I guess the problem is just that we're not able to manufacture the fuel doesn't get built quick enough on the planets. So we need to spread the hydrogen and methane out a little bit more. I mean, I say that. This place has a ton of fuel. Where is this? Venus? Ah! That's where all our fuel is. Just send your fuel up. Yep. We've got 1,000 fuel just sitting there not doing anything. Okay, Mars doesn't make fuel. Mercury doesn't make fuel. So I've really only got Venus and Earth to make fuel. So I guess if I wanted to expand, it might be not the worst idea just to make a fuel place. It's be a lot of work. Anyway, that should balance out eventually. Actually, it won't. Because there's only one ship that goes to Mars. And it's at Mars and there's no fuel. And it won't leave until it has... Well, the fuel is starting to get traveled around. Once Earth has some fuel in stocks, I'll send it back. Yeah, things got a little weird there. Let's just give it a bit of time. Uh-oh, that's 2. 195 fuel, stuck at Mercury. 198 stuck in this song. We don't need that song. Venus has fuel. Earth has fuel. Okay, what I'm gonna try. This is just a new problem. My automation has come up with a problem. It just won't move until it's got over 200. So disengage, launch, autopilot. Same thing with this one. Disengage, launch, autopilot. Once they get to Earth, we'll just manually fill them up, and theoretically that'll get them back on track. Why did I skip? I skip all kinds of things. Alright. Not launch. We'll dock. Can we just turn the ACC back on here? Yeah, filled up the fuel. Hopefully we'll be okay now. But I was apparently not manufacturing enough fuel, basically. We've got all these ships flying around and we're kind of wasting a lot of fuel. gonna get to Mars and do it again. So what do I do? It's... The problem isn't really the supply of hydrogen and methane. The problem is how quickly they manufacture it. 2 of our bases have access to hydrogen methane. You know, I guess the problem occurred when I stopped transporting hydrogen and methane up to space. Because the shuttle uses fuel too. And then once you're in space... I was trying not to transport hydrogen and methane around because it was just wasting my inventory space. I'm just gonna let it go for a couple cycles of transports. Just want to see... Are we balanced on fuel now? 141... 26. Still not a lot of fuel. 0 at Mars. Well, that's because the Martian transport had to get there and drop it off. Or drop off the stuff to manufacture some. Okay. Not quite what I was expecting. This is just a bit of inventory hell here. I'm going to turn on the transfer of hydrogen and methane as well, after all. I thought it would be a waste of supply time, but because we have no control over the construction of fuel, I guess just having a bit of the resources in every base just will keep every base building a little bit of fuel. So that we don't get bottlenecked by, oh, this base has 0 fuel right now, so too bad for you. But it does mean we're carrying the stuff to build fuel around more. Anyway, that's just going to have to do. Alright, sorry. We've wasted a lot of time there not really accomplishing anything. Except for optimizations. Maybe we needed to let some time go by anyway. Who knows? I mean, you should probably launch first. Funny how turning the engine on when you're inside just takes you to the engine equipment spot. If you don't wait. Okay. And I suppose, given our resource acquisition, given the shuttles a bit of time to just rebalance the loads, it's probably not the worst idea anyway. It just takes a while to transport things back and forth so that it's balanced. You know? So like now Earth, you know, we're looking in the thousands for everything except fuel. Helium is taking a bit longer. Palladium's going a little bit slower. But I would assume as time goes on, Earth and the Moon will be balanced pretty quick because the travel between the two is very, very quick. And then Venus and Mars take a bit longer because they're further away and there's only one ship traveling to them. But we have tons of resources overall. Just the fuel was a bit of a bottleneck there. Yeah. It was really just hydrogen, methane, and fuel. I don't really think we want to build any more bases. Like, we've got more stuff on the surface than our shuttles can pick up. Like, it's not even close. If we ever got a bottleneck on one resource, we could just turn a couple of these off and the shuttle could speed up our income a fair bit. So, like, on the planets, you can see kind of what we've got in reserve. Like, Earth has just, like, infinite amounts of iron, titanium, aluminum, carbon, and copper. But I keep transporting other gases and fuels up because that's the shortage right now. But if we ever need iron, we can just turn this other stuff off. The thing we're the lowest on is probably titanium and copper. So we could turn carbon off if all the bases have tons of carbon. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Now we're going to get to more micro. I'm going to mess it all up again. Stop picking up carbon. Just stop breathing. It's not air carbon. There's actually no oxygen anywhere. Oh, you mean just turn the carbon life forms off, maybe? It looks like most planets have carbon. I suppose that makes sense. So we're just going to lift up iron, hydrogen, and silver. Iron, hydrogen, silver. Leave the carbon for now. I mean, we have tons of carbon right now. We'll probably, by shutting all this off, we'll run out. Somehow. Yeah, carbon's everywhere. We don't need so much carbon. And even because there's carbon everywhere, transporting carbon around seems dumb too. If every planet that we've been to has carbon, then transporting it between planets sounds like a waste of friggin' time. Is this a good idea for our overall optimization? Who knows? The last time I changed something, it broke it all. Just remember that for later. Hi, Scarbamere. Anyway, we're 20 minutes into the episode, and still no advancements here with the methanoids. Right, yeah, I know. Click this button. Maybe it resets the timer every time you click the wrong button. That'd be so dumb. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm doing the right thing, but I don't know what else I can do to speed this up. Can we eat them? I don't think we'd want to eat them. They're just mutant humans. Well, any other ideas? Double check our grapple doesn't have anything new on it. Mr. Grabby. We should tell him to go grab some more people. Might tick him off a little bit. I'm gonna do one more round of trade, and then if that doesn't work, I'm gonna go double check my my little walkthrough I had to look at. Because now I'm getting a little bit angry. Because if it wasn't for the guide, I would not be trading this much. I'd be like, well, I got a couple thousand helium, I'm good, and I just go back to exploring. Stop. The stop button just doesn't, sometimes it doesn't stop. Maybe I'm supposed to be trading something other than this. Like, maybe it's different. Who knows, right? Old games. But if it's just like a random chance, that's kind of dumb, too. Because so far, they have said exactly the same thing, although traded a different item for a different item every time. But they've never given me anything, any hint to just keep doing this. Alright, well I feel like I'm at quite the roadblock here. 1 second, future tubers. Let me double check. Okay. So the guide, this is from GameSpot. It says, get 4 bases or so, loaded with resources. There's a max of 50,000 per resource. It's fine, we got lots. Get the automatic crafter set up. I've already done that. You should just wait a few hours and get all your resources maxed out. We're not going to do that. Trading with methanoids. Now, get a shuttle and a grapple and some resource pods. Go to Uranus or Jupiter. Trade. But you can't trade. Learn how to take your grapple, learn to make a comms pod, send that back. We did all that. So click on the comms pod, the guy will propose exchanging. We did that. Do it 4 or 5 more times. We've probably done it like 12 times. The guy will finally tell you that his mates are planning a war and give you an item for your grapple. So it just says, keep trading 4 or 5 times. We've definitely traded 4 or 5 times. And he's supposed to put something, he's supposed to tell us something and give us an item in our grapple to research. You don't think I've done 5 times yet? Alright. 4 or 5 more times. Maybe it's 4 or 5 times with the same ship. He's got to be real friendly with the crew. I don't know. I got nothing better to do. You guys have nothing better to do. You are here, we are here. What else can we do, right? It's all good. This is, if this is the mechanic, I'm not a huge fan of this mechanic. But we'll try again. Trade, dang you. What? Are you friggin' kidding me? I trade like 12 times, and then I cheat and look at the Google. And then the very next time. Listen well, Terran. I risk my life giving you this information. You are being deceived. My people have developed a new laser and are, as we speak, preparing for war. Take this prototype and be gone, quickly. Hydraulic grapple has something. Wait, it didn't even do what it said. It just replaced my communications pod with a new grapple. I didn't even need to bring the grapple. I just had to keep bringing trades, and they were just going to delete my item and... Alright, alright. Jupiter's under attack! Alert! Well, what am I supposed to do? I haven't... This is so stupid. Here, have a laser. Oh, by the way, you're dead. We lost one. Game -1. It's a good thing we didn't lose the one thing that has the grapple. Alright. Head on home. I started early? Nah, I started the same time I normally start. I started late yesterday. Special bulletin from Sweeney, head of research. We have received a very strange transmission. It is repeated at regular intervals, but we cannot make anything from it. The language is certainly not methanoid, so it must be from someone else. Take a look for yourself. Uh-oh. That does not look human at all. That looks more like hieroglyphic. Bleep bloop badeep bop-a-doop badoop. Thanks. Do I get to research that? Of course not. Okay. Well, after losing a ship to stupid game design, we'll bring the grabby back at slow speed, because there's nothing else I can do. It's a substitution cipher. Those aren't even actual letters. I'm not going to try to cipher a friggin' 1991 game. If my year 3100 scientists can't take the time to run a message through some friggin' deciphering tools, we die and it's their fault. Anyway, the most important thing is, Doc, get this stupid grapple off my ship. Cursed methanoid grapple. And it deleted my comms unit. Whatever. I guess there's no time for communications. So I guess they gave us a free grapple deal. Just no comms. Like, it doesn't matter. I don't need a comms pod. Alright, so this ship is busted up. I guess this is when we learn how to repair a ship. So I didn't build any extra band-aids, because who knows why. Didn't think I'd need them, right? There's one on the moon, probably. It's the installation... No, that doesn't sound like it's going to fix a ship. Double check here. Band-aid. For the repair of abandoned or derelict space stations. Yeah, that's not going to repair a ship. Our ship is just destroyed. There's nothing we can do. Communications, asteroids. Well, it said the engine was just damaged. We could just put a new engine on it. See if that works. It just says engine is damaged. Pretty sure I've got a spare engine. Or 5. Stupid work. Let's see if that fixed the problem. Engine is disengaged. That's fine. We fixed it. Yay. Alright, for now, keep your deuterium. And, actually, I just wanted to unequip it. For now, there's not much we can do other than research. So this ship, I'm just gonna drop the grapples. Drop everything. Just gonna put it in orbit, because I need room for the supply ships to get back and forth. Alright, Mannion, get outside with your no longer busted ship, because I fixed it. I'm amazing. And back on Earth. More importantly, what's this new thing we found? It's a methanoid fusion laser. Wow. You know, I thought we learned how to do fusion during the Xenonauts campaign, but apparently we lost that when the Earth was destroyed. And still, random thing that we've never been able to research. Alright. With that, not much else I can do, so we just... Well, how am I looking for crew? Let's recruit one more set of crew. And just keep an eye on the research, I guess. So, yeah, the diplomacy was destroyed. Admiral Foster was killed because of garbage game design. That was great. Alright, so, yeah, there's not much else I can do other than keep an eye on the research for now. So let's keep an eye on the research. Looks like it goes pretty fast. Kill him, kill him, kill him. Well, we don't have weapons yet. We'll get there, Luke. Alright, special bulletin. Here we go. From Sweeney. This methanoid laser you gave us is virtually useless. There's absolutely no way we can fit it in our iOS. We'll have to use an adapted chassis and build the laser into it. These drone ships can be controlled via a computer fitted to a standard iOS. However, this computer will occupy all the ship's cargo space. Oh no. Press any key. So drones and stuff. Do you have to research those? Of course you do. Drone fleet control or battle drone. Let's say drone fleet control first. And I've got enough resources. We've got 5 iOS. We got 5 places. You're going to be Mr. Grabby, of course, defending Earth. This is Earth to Moon. We're going to turn this off. And you're going to the moon. This is war. There's no time for trade. We've got lots of resources. I'm not worried. Transit to moon. So complete cycle, actually. Next one. To Venus. Transit to Venus. Perfect. Complete cycle. Docking with Earth. I'd actually prefer you go back to Mars. So turn this off. Not docking. Hold on. Stop that. Why don't you go to Mars? Disengage. Engage. What are you doing? Did I wreck it? Off. Go to Mars. Course set Earth to Mars. Engage. Engine is engaged. I broke it. It won't go. Stop. I would also prefer you go back to Mercury while we're doing this. Please go back to Mercury. In transit to Mercury. Okay, so you'll be fine. 1 at Venus, 1 on the moon. Grabby's on Earth. Mars is confused. So launch. Let this stupid guy dock. Get out. That's kind of a dumb thing. It's like the automatic computer just was convinced it had to dock, and it would, even though I shut it off, it wouldn't listen. Anyway, going back to Mars. Everyone's back to their starting locations or correct planets. Okay. So what we're going to do is rename some of these. Moon Defense. Venus Defense. Mars Defense. Everything just gets renamed to what they're currently doing. Still don't worry. Merc Defense. Alright. 5 ships, 5 bases. We need the research, though. Once we've got drone fleet control, we'll build one of those everywhere, and then we'll start building a bunch of drones. Just like the first game. Probably didn't mean to click that, to be honest. It's fine. Alright. We do need resources, but very little. We've got tons of this stuff. No problem. Now we build drones. Well, now we research drones. First off, Earth. Build me. Let's just start with 1. I don't even know if I need more than 1, but everyone's going to build one of those. Drone Fleet Defense Computer. I'm kind of assuming it's 1 slot, but it did say it used the entire AOC's storage. So maybe one takes up 3 slots anyway. Okay. Let's just follow the research for now. It's going to take 10 more days, give or take. Alright, we built our stuff. So, we should maybe look at what the game says about them. So, this is a DFCC. Carried by fleet flagships, controls fuel and drone dispersal. Automatic switch to combat mode when alien fleet detected. I like it. So, let's start on Earth. How does this work? Does it work? Team pod, tool pod. Does it count as like a tool? DFCC. Neat. So can I actually have 3 of those per ship? Oh no, just 1. It's a big boy. Alright, we've got our first battleship. But I'm assuming this is where we want all those ranks in our pilots. But we're pretty good at this point, I think. I need to get those actual drones figured out. And but let's get all of our ships equipped, seeing as we've got 5 of them ready to go. Does this mean it doesn't use fuel anymore? Because it drops all the fuel off... or no. Maybe I need to refuel it, actually. Let me see. Because it unloads all the fuel that was originally on the ship. Yeah, okay. Oh, what? It's not 1-to-1. I don't know if we have enough fuel anymore for what I wanted to think. Wow. Alright. This is a bit of a problem. I mean, we're not going to be flying these around a lot at this moment, so... Okay. So that's... Mars Defense needs to dock. Mercury's on the way to Mercury. Earth needs some fuel. You can activate the drones. But you're going to want some fuel. Enjoy what little fuel you can get. Venus, we'll get that guy equipped. Once we've got like 5 of these well defended, then we'll start building another one to go send it out to destroy Jupiter. And anything else, we'll just destroy them all. I don't think we'll have any difficulty building lots of these. The shortage might actually be fuel, for all I know. But the actual cost of the DFC was cheap. And unless the drones are super expensive, we should be pretty good. I'm just a little bit worried about the fuel. I'm hoping that it doesn't still use, like, 1 fuel per day with the new, like, it's 40. Each one of these is 40. I think. Maybe each one is 20. Anyway, it's a lot. Okay, we could just actually pay attention. 1,083 turns into... It's 10, of course. That makes sense. So 10-to-1. So if this is 10 times as dense, as in you use 1 every 10 days, that's fine. But if you use 1 of these per day, then this ship is now using 10 times the fuel that it used to use, in theory. Takes a fair while to get these geared up, though. Can't believe the methanoids would blow up one of my ships. What a bunch of punks. Alright, Mercury will be there in like 2 days. That's fine. Dock. And equip. Wait, what? Dock, please. What's going on here? Please dock? What the heck is going on with Mercury? Why do you keep... See, I told it to complete its cycle, and it's not listening. Just keeps auto trying to leaving. You love the Methanoid spy? What Methanoid spy? You mean the guy that was just a random trader that was like, actually... I'm a cool dude, and I'm gonna risk my life to tell you that the rest of the Methanoids are jerks. He didn't seem like a spy. He seemed more like a Methanoid. He gave you the laser, yeah. He seemed more like just someone we made friends with at the docks, and he's like, "Oh man, sorry, but the rest of my species are assholes, so I'm gonna steal one of these lasers for you, and maybe you can defend yourself." It's kind of what it feels like. Alright. That part is complete. Back to Earth. Oh, probably had this ready for ages. So, a drone. It's a little bit more expensive, but not that bad. Let's have a look at the stats, or whatever they do. iOS drone. Special chassis incorporating one fusion laser. Fusion laser. So the question is, how many of these do I need per ship? Is this like Millennium 2.2 where you need like 20 fighters or something? But, or not. Because the carriers from Millennium 2.2, you did need quite a lot at the end of the game there. 200 plus. Yeah, haha. Alright, let's start on Earth. I'm just going to start with one to see what it looks like. We'll build one everywhere. I don't even know if you can equip more than one, honestly. But they are drones, so it would make sense they are carriers with automatic fighting drones. Over 9,000, I like that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Takes 1 week to build one drone. Except we built 5. So do they just get equipped automatically? Where do the drones go? Special chassis incorporating one fusion laser. Flight controlled via flagship drone computer. Okay, but where do they go? You have to launch ship? Well, that doesn't make sense. The drones are on the space station. They're not on the ship that's a carrier. That's silly. Who programmed this nonsensical game? So now we've got a special symbol. We're just hanging out here, not wasting fuel. Orbital pool, fleet pool. So we build them on the station and then transfer them to the fleet. Okay. I guess it makes sense that you wouldn't want to leave them docked, because if they were docked, they would get in the way of your trade ships if you were trying to trade. I suppose the way it's programmed with only one docking bay, there's not a lot of options here. The problem is the fuel, like there's no fuel. And I assume Master Control can do this. No. Can we do this any easier way? It would be nice if there was an easier way to move these over, but for now. I'm going to do the first few one at a time, but one at a time is going to take forever. So, it's not going to last for too long. That's why DDFC is 10 times fuel. Each drone is a full-size ship? Like, I don't know what you mean. The IOC is the same size. It just has a module attached to it. So they're big drones, shuttle size or something. I don't know. The drones... Well, I don't know. Wait, what? Everybody build me drones. All the drones for the inevitable attack. I just really hope this is not as bad as the Martian attacks in Millennium 2.2 going on forever. Because those were kind of gross. Each drone is an ISO? So we have one big ship with potentially dozens of other big ships that are automated. It's a little bit weird. And then we build one, and then everyone can have an additional one. The truth is, if it's going to take 10 times the fuel to move them around, we can't move these ever. Like, we were already a little bit low on fuel production as it was. This is just going to make it impossible to move anything around. But I assume each planet needs a defender, so... You can give me an estimate of how many Martians, or not Martians, how many, what are they, hydroids? You need more stations. I can't make, every station I make, I have to defend then. How can I have more stations and more miners? That doesn't make sense, because the more stations you build, the more places you can get attacked. We did this in Millennium 2.2, unless they only attack your home base or something. We're at the point where we have almost infinite resources, except fuel is limited by construction speed more than, like, we probably have infinite fuel on Earth. It just takes too long to turn it into actual fuel. We've got, let's see here, thousands of hydrogen and methane, just very, very slowly being turned into fuel. And then the space station, of course, is doing the same thing, where we've got a fair amount of hydrogen and methane because it gets transported up slower, and then any fuel gets turned into there. I'm just not sure how having more bases would make it any easier, really. We're gonna go to like 10 or so each. I mean, 10 seems like a lot, but I have no idea. We've probably got enough fuel stockpiled already anyway. We just fly one of these to each of the gas giants and just end it. maybe we'll make a save before we do that. Probably get to like 20 or something. Every 7 clicks is one more drone. Except at Mars where they ran out of resources. I think. They ran out of titanium because we're not transporting anymore. I already lost one ship that was just flying around, so I'm like, I don't want to make transports right now because it seems like even more of a waste. We'll see how many we can make with what we've got. If 10's not enough to defend Mars, then it falls and I uninstall the game. You're not lying about 200 drones? Okay, well that's... If you're serious, and you're not just making things up, if it takes 200 drones to defend your base, I'm just going to lose and uninstall the game. So, if that is correct, it's not going to happen. Because this is going to take years of resources and production and micromanagement to get beyond dozens. Now, they're not attacking as often as they used to in Millennium 2.2. So at least they got that going for them. I just want to see them attack and see what happens. I mean, as soon as they gave me the test laser, they immediately shot down one of my ships. And now we've been waiting for however many 100 days. They've done nothing. I'm assuming we're starting to run low on something. Titanium, of all things. Well, we could speed up the uploads of titanium. The problem is always just, like, it's really the shuttles. The shuttles are what slows us down. If you could put more than one shuttle on a planet, I'm sure, like, this is the dumbest thing, really. Like, Earth's orbital factory can't really construct as quickly as it would like, because Earth's planet can't, the one shuttle at a time can't actually get resources up quick enough. We've got over 10,000 titanium just sitting here. So I guess we stop uploading anything else because, well, we're going to run out of other things too. We'll go just titanium for a little while, I guess. Well, yeah, I mean, we need the fuel too, but whatever. We're not really using a lot of fuel right now just sitting there. Does Venus have titanium? No. Does Mars have titanium? No. Mercury's got titanium. And the Moon has titanium. That's why they're still building. But yeah, I mean, any of my bases have just, there's so many resources on the ground. I kind of feel like this is bad game design. They give you the ability for your derricks to mine resources way, like, I'd say probably 10 or 20 times faster than you can get them off the planet. And you're always running at a bit of a loss in terms of fuel. Because every trip is like 5 or 6 fuel. Eventually my shuttles will all break down because we're not moving fuel around. So that's fun. Then we can look forward to that. What was I just saying? I was gonna tell this one to focus on titanium. I mean, I'm sure we'll get... Here we go. I'm sure we'll get attacked eventually. Or we'll just figure out some research. Whatever. Old games are not meant to be played, they're meant to be overcome. Well, there's some of that. That's true. You have another transmission. It's just something something human. We something something. All your base are belong to us. Something 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 to understand your language. This message will self-destruct. Keep repeating until you're able to communicate fluently. So sure. See, this is why, like, okay, I'm not trying to be harsh, David, but this is why I don't need spoilers in chat. Because I can just wait until the next message. It's fine. Like, the first message, assuming you can even click on it again, you probably can. Or it's gone forever. Can we not see reports? Anyway, the one before this was complete gibberish, and there's no way you're going to figure it out unless you're, like, a linguist or whatever. You're in something, you know, whatever. But now that the game has told you how it works, it's going to be, greetings humans, we are something, all of something, we are listening, we are watching all of your stuff, blah, blah, blah. We're waiting. They're going to repeat the message until we communicate. There's probably like a specific location you're supposed to go to. And if you want to work it out, you can figure it out. I'll just wait. It's fine. Blue, can I play the ET game? The one that killed the Atari? I don't know about that. How are we doing on terms of drones here? Not very many drones. Well, maybe we start going back to... it means I have to build, like, 5 more ships to, or yeah, 5 more ships to, well, 4 more ships to go back to distributing things. Assuming this is enough at the moment to defend my bases at all. I was hoping we'd get attacked once, and then I could figure out if I need to build... Stop at 20 or stop at 30. We're just going to keep going for a little bit longer here. Ah, see, now we're out of fuel. The shuttles are stopping. Yeah. That's the problem, isn't it? So... Now it's fuel management time, and... with 20,000. Oh, this is not my favorite part of these kind of resource management games. So... Okay, space dock. We're gonna have to start restoring the trade network because they're not attacking. Atari, yeah, the ET game was so hyped and so bad. It definitely put a dent in the industry for sure. I guess it just comes with it automatically. Okay, so this guy, to start with, we'll go Moon Loop for now, just to get it started. And, I hate micromanaging all of the resources across the entire system. Like, the fact that there's automation is great, but if I have to, like, prioritize specific things every... Like, it's just gonna take... I just want to build the ships and tell them to go. What I can do on Earth is bring some more pilots up. And send out... We can... Like, we've got the IOCs ready to go. It's not like this is a huge problem to get trade working again. It's more just... I don't know if they're just going to be shot down as soon as I send them out, which is why I was kind of waiting here. Should probably make a save or something at this point, because I don't know what's really going to happen. Let's just get these ships built, and then I'll probably... Well, we probably need to end the episode again. Holy smokes, it's over an hour already. I'd like to get to some actual combat before we, wrap things up. Oops. Buttons, buttons, buttons. The interface for this game isn't ideal. It's not bad for an Atari or an Amiga game, but could definitely use some improvement. Alright. Supply pod. I'm pretty sure I've got enough supply pods too. We unequipped all of our old supply pods, although they're all in each planet's orbital factory right now. But I built quite a few on Earth anyway, so we got pretty good stocks. Didn't I build a ton of these? What happened? Who knows? We'll send up one more pilot. Then we'll put this guy back onto auto-supplying more titanium, basically. We do have, technically, at every factory, There is an additional crew available if we ever need them, because there's a shuttle crew that I left on every single planet. And we could turn the shuttle crew to not... because the shuttle can be automated. We can always drop the shuttle crew off on the planet, on the factory, and use them to man a ship if we need to. That I consider last resort, but they'll all be probably admirals by then, so... Alright. We're gonna need to start the fuel deliveries as well. We can't not send the fuel up. We're gonna need to send other resources up pretty soon as well. Production cycles, yeah, I know about that too. But I mean, I don't want to build any more because I'm... So, I know that the cycle... I know how the production system works. And I specifically turned it off because I need to save resources and stop building drones because I'm out of IOC ships. I thought I had more of them. I think the drive we have in storage might be the broken one, maybe? Or no, I just built one. I don't know. I thought I had... I thought I built like 5 or 6 spare ships. And we just turned it 2 of them into... We just built 2 and now I'm out, so... I thought I had more, but whatever. Alright, this guy's ready to go. I did build a bunch of cargo containers. There should really be like a button for everything to turn on, whatever. This guy's gonna go from Earth to the Moon, I think. Or no, we already did the Moon. We'll do Mars next. Because I know Mars is locked down. Mars doesn't have a lot of resources on Mars. It's kind of a weird... It's not a great resource planet. What did I call the last one? I'll just try to give them all simple names. Moon Loop, yeah. Mars Loop. Okay, send him off. And then on Earth, I guess I'm going to build 2 more. Just so I can get all my 5 bases supplied. That'll just have to do. So 1 chassis, 1 drive, and then I'll build 1 more of each. Do I have enough pilots ready for that? We've got 1 more ship, and then I'll need 1 more. So basically we have to wait till the recruitment's done for the last one. That's fine. Didn't set destination to Mars. Probably, or the Moon. Because, of course, it doesn't work like that. Get out of here. Please go. Please go. I shouldn't have to turn the engine on if you're on autopilot. We'll see if that works. At least the symbol's changed. Alright, next. This guy's a rookie, whatever. We could switch him out with the shuttle pilots if I cared. If he gets shot down, there's nothing I can do. Because he's not going to have any defenses, so... It's not like my drones can fly in the middle of a... in between 2 planets. We're probably going to have supply pods here, too. Oh, we made it through another one. Okay, well this guy got set up pretty quick. Good luck, Rooney. You're going to be Venus. This time I'll remember to set the destination. Then we just need 1 more for Mercury. And things will be automated. Also have to click all the things. The best part, clicking all the things. I mean, I could have just built... In retrospect, I could have just built new IOCs to turn into carriers. But it was much quicker to convert them all over with the admirals. Rather than... keep the trade ships and then try to build some new ones and distribute them quickly. I thought we'd be attacked much quicker. Alright, so back on here. How many supply pods? We got lots of supply pods. Just need one more iOS chassis and drive, and then we'll figure out what to build after that. Back on Earth. Uh-oh, what's going on? No, no, no. No, I didn't mean to click that. Shoot. How do I get out of here? Sure, just make a save there. That's fine. Now. Okay, right click got me out. Okay, hold on. Now I'm scared. Put a save state down. Yeah, I knew that screen glitched out, and I was just a little bit suspicious there. Alright, alright, good. Everything's working here at least. Back on Earth. Pilots are recruited. Let's get one more backup set of pilots. When will I play Terraria? 5 years ago. You have to go back in time. Okay, send the crew up. Send the crew up. When will be the new Let's Play of Terraria? 5 years ago. I did 3 or 4 Let's Plays already. I don't know why you'd think I would do another new Let's Play. How many Let's Plays of the same game do we do? Alright, get up there. No, that's not the answer. Nice try. Alright, shuttle's almost done. I can't believe we haven't even been attacked after all this. After all this messing around, not Mars, but the Hydroids didn't even attack us. Alright, automatic. Back on Earth. Did we build our things? Or did we run out of resources? Yellow light means probably didn't have enough for the chassis. Need that titanium. Oh! Mars is under attack! Fight! We lose. So they attacked us with 46. Well, it was a nice game. I'm not going to play this ever again if that's how this works. This is ridiculous. Nothing we can do. So we just lose a base. Well, it's been fun, but if they're going to attack us with like 3 times the number of drones I can get, then this game's kind of bad. I don't have the nostalgia love for it like I had Millennium 2.2. I don't care. Just kill it. I don't care. You win. Thanks, you win. Scripted loss? Nah. The game just expects you to have more than what we have. If they attack with fleets of about 50, then you need a fleets of at least 50. So, no, we totally lost. There's not really any good way to know unless you'd already played the game before. So, it's kind of crappy, honestly. Yeah. It looks like there was quite the delay between when they start their attack and when they destroy your ships around Jupiter. But, like, there's no way. We're not even going to be close. I mean, we don't even... What, we destroyed like 1 or 2 per fight? Well, we got 10 of them that time, I guess. But still, it's not even close. Well, hey, we got to see some combat. At least I don't have to click things in a 3D environment. It's been nice knowing you guys. The mutants decided to kill us again. It's always those dang mutants. I wonder if they save Earth for last. Like, I think they saved Earth and the Moon for last. Or maybe they just never actually finish you off. The game's nice enough. Just get tizzle. No, I'm not overly salty. I'm just... I mean, I have save states. I can go back and fix it if I want. But, it's kind of old school game design that's not actually good. Like... Full tilt. No, I'm not mad. Like, so they finally attacked the moon. Pile all drones at Mars. It's far too late for that. Either you're watching like 10 minutes ago or you're telling me something else. Special bulletin from Sweeney. We have another transmission for you. Okay. It's about time. Something, something, R, something, all, something, something, and something to understand your language. This message will be repeated until we are able to communicate fluently. There is something of great importance we must tell you. Something like that. I assume we just have to survive the attacks long enough for the scientists to decipher this. Well, we definitely didn't survive long enough. See how long it takes. So, I'm thinking it must have taken nearly 400 or 500 days between when we activated the war by trading over and over and over and over and over and over. Like it's kind of dumb. Like it's got that old thing. I keep saying dumb, but like really, it's kind of dumb. The game doesn't trigger the war until you farm a bunch of useless trades with one of the methanoids, and then at that point they immediately destroy any ships nearby, and they give you. I'm assuming there's a timer, like 400 days, 500 days. And you just have to build up enough, and if you build up enough, you'll be fine. But if you don't build up enough, you've lost. So, you should probably save before you talk to them, before you trade. Earth is under attack! Oh no! Everyone's been killed! Mr. Krabby's been destroyed! The methanoids have invaded! Of all the terrible things to happen to us. Killed by stupid human mutants. Can you win this? Well, I could start over, and now that I know how the game works, sure. You just need to know that it takes over 50 drones to defend against, an attack. 50 drones with an admiral, you're probably fine. Maybe more than 50, but at least 50 anyway. Earth was captured, you lose. Why did the methanoids attack you? Who knows? They're jerks. Undertale is like terrible, absolutely terrible fan base. But it is a good game. It's just gonna keep playing the You Lose music now? I already lost game, it's fine. It's just repeating. You lose forever. You just get repeat. Watching the methanoids invade. If you are going to play Undertale, the less you know about it, the better, I would say, yeah. So try to, like, put it on hold, wait for a few months, forget everything you've ever heard about it, don't read anything about it, never go to a forum and ask about it. So this, it's just locked. You can't even just get back to the main menu. You have lost, dang it. You have so lost, you are never allowed to get out of this loop. Alright, future tubers, you have seen what happens if you play Deuteros the Next Millennium on your own for the first time. Because I basically guarantee if you're just playing alone, that's going to happen. Like, I wasn't trying to throw that one at all. I thought we'd built up pretty well. And it turns out the game is basically scripted to completely destroy you unless you know how many drones you need. So, like I said, without trying to be super tilty or anything, not good game design. Like, Deuteros is cool, but it's got that early 90s Amiga kind of, haha, you just wasted 5 hours of your life, start over. Or hopefully you've got a save. And, I mean, I've got some save files, so we can figure something out. This is maybe not far enough back, but this is probably far enough back. This is just a couple episodes ago, but, you know, this was probably before... This was... Let me just double check here. What was I doing at this point? Did I get the communications pod? Yeah. This is like... We've lost no progress, basically. We just go back to here. It's totally fine. At this point, all we were trying to do was to figure out how the heck you progress the game, because it didn't seem that anything we did at this point in the game mattered. And this is where, until you trade 10, 12, 20, 30 times, nothing will happen. The game is just on hold. Like, you are on complete stop. Right here, there's nothing else you can do. So what I'll do for the future tubers is, instead of recording all of this again, what I'm going to do is, before we engage trade with Jupiter, because that sounds like a trigger of the end... Well, it might not be the end game, but it triggers the death fleet that, unless you have the resources for, you just lose. I guess if you're playing along, get to the point that I am about here, where you've got your local resources, you've got, you know, access to pretty much all the stuff you might want to... All the different types of resources. You know, we've got access to everything... Even helium, not that it matters, but, you know, make sure you've got platinum and silver at least. And, well, build up more resources. So, more ships, more resources, maybe more bases, we'll see. I actually don't think I want bases out of the inner system. To be totally honest, I don't think I want any more than 5 bases, really. But what I'll do is, at the very least, I'll let the time go by. And once we've got more stuff, like if we just had 10,000 of everything stocked up, then we can just build a bunch of drones, and it's fine. But I could, at the very least, build more ships and have them ready to go. Now that I know what's going to happen, I can get the defense IOCs in position before I can even build the drone controls. We can save up some more fuel, and heck, maybe we'll just attack Jupiter instead. Like, why would you mine the asteroids? We have no shortage of asteroid materials. That sounds like a waste. The asteroids give you... Well, future tubers, we're going to take a pause here. Like I said, I'm going to end this episode, and when we come back, I'll explain whatever I've done to prepare. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do just yet, but before we trigger the laser upgrade, where you can finally start building, you know, weapons... I forget the exact timeline. It might actually give us a full year before they attack, but clearly you want to be built up pretty strong before you trigger the war, basically. So I'm going to figure out how to do that, and then I'll trigger the war with you guys in the next episode, assuming I don't rage quit and never play again. So, future tubers, I will see you next time. Hope you've enjoyed, and if you would plan on playing this yourself, learn from my mistakes, I suppose. See you there.